Hello, my scrappy friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I hope that you will enjoy today's video and consider subscribing if you like my content that I've been bringing you so far in the month of March for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And today we are playing with a sketch by Nikki Rowland from Bella Boulevard, and the prompt today is sewing. So here you see the sketch. You will see it pop up on the screen. It'll be available for you guys to kind of just follow along. And here I'm just showing you a paper pad that was gifted to me as part of a giveaway by Janet from RTS Scrapbooking. So thank you, Janet, and I will try to honor uh, the wonderful gift here. So there's no embellishment. It's a paper pad by Craftsmith. It's called Happy Fall, and here you see me. I'm bringing in some Tim Holtz Distress inks. You see a cut file there from Paper Issues. If you've never checked them out before, they have a ton of free cut files for pretty much any die cutting machine. So here you see I've been already experimenting. This blender tool is actually from, it's for makeup, but I don't know if I found it at more than likely the Dollar Tree, and I'm telling you, it blends like a dream. So it's the first time I'm trying anything like this, and I I thought that the cut file is cut on white cardstock, and it's a little bit too harsh, I think, on top of the for the look that I was going for, because I really wanted to bring in a little bit of color. I didn't want it to be white, and I wanted to bring in colors that I knew or part of the collection. So here you see I have gutted that piece of, it's like a really dark teal color, and the cardstock that I'm bringing in is more of uh, a creamy white, so it's more like vanilla colored. It's like an ivory, I would say. And so I needed for something. I knew that white obviously wasn't going to look good on this, so I wanted to go ahead and color that that cut file. So these are for sure, I know for sure that these are the photos that I want to scrap with this collection. And those are, I've never gotten so much use of my creative memory circles than I have during this particular the monthly challenge from Christy's Beautiful Life. So the sketch challenge. And here I'm just trying to, I don't know what I ever did with that piece. There used to come with these circle cutters a transparency that you could kind of see the cutting guides, but I don't know if I ever kept it, if I thought it was garbage. I don't know. But anyway, so I just have to eye it. And so I have found the size, and here you'll see I've spared you from having me having you watch me trim out of all of those. And now I'm thinking that I probably want mats for those, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to just do one. And here I'm trying to find the size because, of course, I already forgot what which one I cut the pictures with. So I know it has to be a different color in order to do the mats. So here I've gone ahead and done one, and then I'm just thinking about placement. There's I fiddle around with the photos and just where I want them placed. So one of the best things, if you have if you're not new to my channel, you know I love to scrapbook about my my many different subjects, but my little niece is definitely one of them, and I'll tell you why. Is because a lot of times I will snap photos of her with her everyday reactions, and they are completely unplanned. Her reactions sometimes are priceless. So this is a very um un I was literally sitting across the table from her, and you notice she's not looking at me. She's actually interacting with some of my family members on this particular evening, and her reactions, and one of them is totally blurry, um but you'll see me, I kind of go back and forth whether I use 3 or 4, and it's because of that. It's the photo is really it's really blurry, but her reaction in it is priceless. I wish it was more in focus, but I do end up using the photo. I just didn't care, and I went ahead and used it. Here you'll see that this cut file is ripped, but I don't let that, like, I didn't discard it just because it got a little bit ripped. These sometimes when you're doing these fine cuts, that happens, but I just go ahead and use them. Here you see me trying to glue it down. It really isn't going to matter, really, at the end of the day, because uh, my photos are, um, I'm going to strategically place my photos and my embellishments. Um, And down towards the bottom, you'll see that I try to stay true to the sketch, and I do try to put my title towards the bottom. It is a long title. Um, the title is Your Laughter is Contagious, but because of that reason. So you'll see that right now I only have the 3 photos, like I was mentioning. So here I've gone, because I know myself, I don't want to stitch. I don't want to these layouts have been taking me a really long time. And so you see me that I have these, what they are is that they are uh, they're like roll on rub-ons, if you will. So if you think of like a paper dispenser like that dispenses, our double-sided tape, but instead of tape, it's rub-ons. So one of them is working like a dream right now. And so I decide that I'm going to use that. I kind of do the test on both and decide which one I want to use. And here you see me fiddling, continuing to fiddle with the photos. How many photos am I going to fit on this? But I know that one, that rub-on with the stitching is the one I'm going to use. Um, so now I think I'm thinking, am I thinking about? Oh, what am I going to embellish this with, right? Sometimes when I'm at an impasse, I have to go and do something related to the layout, but not completely directly in the step that I'm on. I need to think about it for a bit, and I'm just going through the rest of the paper pad to see what I can bring in to create some embellishment. So here um, there's a bunch of these little like labels with words on them. So I'm just kind of looking through them. Which ones am I going to be able to see um, and use for this particular one? Here, you see, I have gone ahead and I've decided on the mats for each of the photos. Now I have all 4 of them. So now you're going to see me, right? I'm going to start with the rub-ons. Okay, are they working? Oh, now it's decided to not work. So sometimes they're fickle, and sometimes they won't work, and then they start working like a dream again. So then this one had gotten pulled out, and you would think I would learn my lesson. No, I'm still trying it because it's a different texture of the cardstock on the layout, and it's not working. And it's still not working. I think it started working there. Nope, not working on the cardstock. It gets stuck. I go in and I fix it. I do it on that smoother cardstock. Is it working? Nope, still not working. It's working a little bit. Not completely though. So I'm thinking I'm going to salvage this because I'm really lazy and I don't want to sew. Oh, it starts working. Yay. Nope, not anymore. Okay, let's try it again because the next time it'll work. I've left this in for a purpose because some of you may still have these in your stash. I know they are super old, uber old. And finally, I just say, I'm done with that one. Let's move on to this other one and let's see. Starts working like, oh, wait, no, no, no. You'd think I'd learn my lesson. No, no, let's try a fresh sheet. It starts working. No, it doesn't like that texture cardstock. And then it gets pulled out all over again. Done. I'm done. Bye. Bye, Daisy D. Rub on rollers. See you never. So then you'll see that I did manage to get some of it working though, above the laughter part of the title. Oh no, no, no. That's not it. Those are my popped up title beginning. But they do work somewhere. I just can't see it. It's very faint. I'm trying to look at it on the editing screen, but I know in one of these it did work. Oh, you'll see at the bottom. It is above the laughter, but on the right hand side where my arm is right now. If you look above it, that is where it worked. But I wanted to bring it out in a couple of more photos so that it actually. So here's my attempt at stitching. Because now I've used it once and I need to kind of mimic the same stitch. Stitch, faux stitch by pen, by Sharpie. Um, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere um, my photos. So um, the Tim Holtz distress inks that two of them I know for sure are distress inks by Tim Holtz were Rusty Hinge, Evergreen Bow, and there was another ink pad in there. It looks like their logo is like a dandelion, but I can't for the life of me. I couldn't remember back then, and I still can't remember now. It's the color dark quartz. So those are the three colors that I thought best worked with this to the inks for this in particular. Um, so that is what I colored the cut file from or with, I should say. So let's see. So I've used the blender tools. I've used the circle cutter, my distress inks, the cut file. Again, if you missed that, free cut files over at Paper Issues. They're amazing. They have seasonal ones, and they have quite a library full of free cut files. There's lots of different. Those are my ride or die scissors, which is why I'm pointing it out. But here I'm working on some embellishments, and I've decided on kind of some woodland critters. I think I love the fact that, it's a story really about her and it's very whimsical. So it fits right in. So I've spared you through the magic of YouTube. I've spared you. Uh, am still kind of cutting out some of these larger. I am the worst fussy cutter. Um, but I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not going around all those leaves. I'll add some leaves later. I do I add? I do add my I have two uh, leaf punches. I do add, that's another tool that I do add here at the end, but here I'm just going to go and place it. So I was mentioning Paper Issues and their free cut files. So if you're not familiar with them, they're an online store for just regular scrapbooking um, scrapbooking supplies, but they have free cut files. And for those of, and there's lots of different resources. You can go on Pinterest and just Google free cut files, or if you're looking for a particular one, um, I know I look for SVG files, and um, you can look for studio files, whatever it is that may be, but just know that there's an online resource as well, um, for um, for converting cut files to what you need. So if you need SVG files and you can only go and get studio files, like I have a Silhouette account, so I don't have a Silhouette though. But I know that I can get some free cut files from the Silhouette store. At least you used to be able to. I don't know. I haven't done it lately, but I can convert those Silhouette files into SVGs just with a free online. Um, just search them and you can find the converters. They may have limits in terms of how many you can convert a day, but I just do them every once in a while and I just come back to them. I just save the files on my computer and um, in a folder that of what needs to be converted, um, and kind of just go from there. But it's an amazing resource. It can give you a lot of different ideas and titles and backgrounds and things like that. So here I'm going ahead, I've fussy cut all of the animals at this point. So I have a fox, a deer, and an owl. That's the one I'm working with right now. Um, and yeah, there you have it. So I keep kind of looking at it and I'm like, it's still missing something. So I'm gonna go back to these labels and again, remember, I have nothing. I have no embellishments except for um, these papers essentially. So if I didn't have these either cut apart sheets or these labels, I would consider using some punches. So don't just eliminate the paper pads. If it's a paper pad that you love or that you think you can use, uh, I have videos on here that I've done where I've just punched shapes out of, using my punches, using my metal dies, just to create embellishments. And here I'm just trying to place, I've picked out three. Um, so um, I don't remember what they say, but I know one of them is October because that's the month when the pictures were taken. Um, and one of them says sweetie and the other one says cutie. And then, so I'm just going to adhere these down. And here is, I'm almost done here. I've brought in, so you'll see I've brought in my enamel dots from my stash, my color bins. If you're familiar, that's what you see off to the left. I have gone ahead and started to punch out some leaves with that leaf punch. It's more like a maple and an oak leaves, I think, if I know my leaves. And here I'm just doing the last final cluster. I have 3 leaves that are going to go in this cluster near the title. But overall, I think, I mean, it's come together. Uh, not with some pain around the faux stitching, but I needed to go through, part of it, is that I've just been hoarding some of this stash, and this is a perfect lesson not to do that with some of the older rub-ons because they just don't go on really well anymore. Um, some rub-ons worked like champs, but these, nope, nope, nope. So there, I've gone ahead and yeah, that's it, I think. Oh, and I'm just showing you, those are the leaf punches that I have. And oh yes, the last minute, I decide I think I need some labels because I still haven't really um, put any journaling down regarding what the photos are of. So here, oh, I took an insanely long time trying to find labels. So here I am going through my label stash of oranges and kind of corally oranges. Those are all from my stash, and I am gonna go and commit to using this label up here. And I don't even know what I'm gonna write up there. I knew I only needed one, but I decided to grab two journaling spots, and here is the second. So because the owls are up there, I end up writing something like "You're a hoot." But anyway, I thank you so much for watching, and I do hope that you come back to my channel. Bye.